we'll be talking with Dr. Ali Talpour, Director of Marketing for the Pakistan Central Cotton Committee, to get a better understanding of the massive floods in Pakistan and the impact they'll have not only on the country, but on the global cotton market. Dr. Talpour, thank you for joining us today. The flooding there has been nothing short of catastrophic, and the entire industry is heartbroken by the suffering it's caused. Speaking about the cotton industry in particular, can you tell me what percentage of the area under cotton in Pakistan has been affected already, and whether that number is expected to grow even more in the coming days?
Okay, thank you, Mike. For the cotton, we have fixed a target of about 10.5 million bales from an area of 2.5 million hectares. We were successful in most of the sowing area for the target, and the crop was doing very well. Everything was going fair and very well. And even we harvested about 25 to 30% crop in lower part of Pakistan in Sindh. The growers in lower Sindh picked 2 to 3 times. They had picked, and we can say we picked about 30% of the crop from Sindh, lower part of Pakistan, mainly Sindh. So after that, we witnessed the heavy spell of monsoon rains and floods. So it vanished all the things, and everywhere all the crops are inundated, and the water is about 3 to 4 feet in our standing crop. Some part of Balochistan, mainly the cotton area, is also underwater. So that crop has also been damaged. So at the moment, we can say the crop, cotton crop from our one state, means Sindh, has been damaged. Now it is we harvested about 30%. The rest crop is damaged, and in most of the crops, crop is inundated. So after some days, some of the progressive farmers are trying to de-water their crops. They are trying their best. Hopefully, some part of the crop, they will be able to save it. So I can say from Sindh, our target was about 3.5 million bales. So out of that, we would be able to harvest around 40% of that target. Now, if we come to Punjab, we witnessed the torrential rains and floods in 2 districts of Punjab, 2 southern districts, Rajanpur and Dera Ghazi Khan, which are part of the cotton belt. So we witnessed a lot of damage, and as per reports, about 200,000 acres of cotton area has been damaged in Punjab. So this is the situation. If we overall see the situation, I can say that as I told you earlier, that our target was 10.5 million bales. I think we would be harvesting around 7 to 8 million bales this year.
Okay. What about the impact on overall production? You said, so that's 7.5 to 8 million bales. What about yields? What is going to be the impact on yields from this terrible flooding?
Definitely, since the area which is damaged completely or partially damaged, we will be harvesting less yield from that area. As I told you earlier, before monsoon, the crop was doing very well, and we were expecting around 20 to 25 months of seed cotton per acre.
How many farmers have been affected by this?
If we assess the damage in Sindh, about 40% crop has been damaged. So I can say the 40% farmer of Sindh has been damaged completely. And the rest of the crop is in the field and they are trying their best. Let's see, the final estimates will come after a few days. Then we would be able to share with you the final estimates. However, the tentative estimates are that we will be harvesting only around 40%.
Okay, and that number is, you're assessing it now. Is the actual problem growing? Is the flooding still increasing, or has that stabilized and it's just now a matter of assessing the damage?
Yes, we are still assessing the damage. As we see, I'm talking to you at the moment and telling you the assessments which has been done as yet. However, the damage I see may be at higher side. Once we receive the final assessments, final data, then we will be in a position to estimate the final thing.
Okay, and I have now a two-part question. Is there any already existing government plan in place to cover these losses due to natural calamities such as crop insurance? So that's part one. And part two is there anything new the government can do to mitigate the damage for the region's hit?
No, we don't have the crop insurance system here in our country. So they will not be availing the crop insurance facility. The farmers would not be getting that facility. However, definitely once we have the complete assessment of the damage, we are planning a few interventions for the cotton farmer. Like we are planning some support in terms of their input for the next crop, for the coming crop like wheat. And after wheat, we are also planning to have some support in their next crop, next cotton crop as well. So we will plan, as you know, the government has very minor resources at the moment, but government is completely aware about the damage, and definitely we will try our utmost to help our farmer.
Okay, I have one more question related to the cotton crop, and then we'll shift a little bit to the textile side. So when this is all said and done, what is the anticipated impact on cotton prices and quality for Pakistan?
Definitely, as we are expecting less crop, so I expect the prices will price trend will be at higher side. It was already at a better position, and the farmer was getting better prices. But after this catastrophe, price trend will be at higher side. But the another issue will persist because due to rains, the quality of cotton may be may deteriorate, and due to that reason, farmer might be able to get lesser prices, mainly in the flood and rain areas. The rest of the country, mainly Punjab, they would be getting better prices. I hope so.
Very good. And I can see that we've also been joined by Dr. Khalid Abdullah. Dr. Abdullah, if you are interested, you can jump into any questions. We're about to turn for a couple of questions regarding the textile industry, but we have asked so far just general questions about, the impact, the amount of affected, the amount of farmers. So anything you have to say about the cotton crop, please share your thoughts.
Yeah, sure. Actually, in the beginning of season, we were expecting a very good harvest because government has announced intervention price to secure, a minimum price for cotton. We had triple gene varieties coming in that would have solved this pink bollworm problem to some extent. And the prices for the last season were very high, and that were attracting more farmer towards cotton. Early in the season, uh, we had some drought, some shortage of irrigation water, but still we managed to plant, some 75% of our target area. Later, like Dr. Ali said, we had a lot of rains and floods situation that ruins almost all crop in Sindh and some crop in Punjab. Um, we are still assessing the extent of damage and the quantity of cotton crop we lost, but it's a big loss because I was talking about with one of the farmer yesterday, and he was saying that he lost like 50 months per acre. It's like 200 kilogram per acre of seed cotton. That's what he was expecting to harvest, and he lost all this crop.
So it was a
Well,
total-
now the weather is getting better. The sunshine is better. The drainage water is draining. So we are expecting still some time to for cotton plant to get flower and turn into balls. So with good price, cotton price, we are expecting that people will invest in crop management and will get better yield out of whatever they have now.
Okay, excellent. Well, as I had mentioned, the final two questions that we have for today is related to textiles. So obviously, we know production is going to go down, and that's going to impact the availability of fiber for your local mills. So what is the government's strategy to increase imports to meet that demand, especially in light of the fact that unfortunately Pakistan is not the only major producer that is suffering from adverse weather, which is occurring in several other major producing countries. So where is this, what is the strategy for imports to make up for that?
Dr. Khalid, would you like to respond, or I should respond?
Yeah, you go ahead first.
Okay, thank you. Yes, definitely. The decline in cotton, we are witnessing decline in cotton since last many years, last 5 to 6 years, and we are importing cotton since last 5 to 6 years. And definitely the requirement of the textile industry is more than our production. And even last year we imported we also expecting that our text, because in post-COVID scenario, the world is witnessing the expansion, the higher demand in the textile and clothing sectors. So the textile industry of Pakistan would definitely try to import to fulfill its requirements.
Dr. Khalid, did you have anything else to add on that?
Actually, post-COVID, in post-COVID scenario, our textile industry expanded. They got a lot of orders, and we had a lot of investment in setting up new mills, and during last year we had 18% growth in textile exports, and 103% growth in garment exports. So the textile was doing very well. Of course, we imported like 4 million bales last year. By the way, when we talk about bale, it means 170 kilo bale, not the 440 pound bale of US, you know. This year, again, we are expecting like 4 to 5 million bale import to meet our textile industry's demand. And that would definitely include extra long fiber and long fiber, you know.
Okay, so even, I guess I'm looking for the the net effect on exports. Even if you can get the cotton to meet the full demand of the mills, is the price difference going to make it more difficult to export? What do you see as the kind of the net impact on the textile industry in Pakistan and exports in 2022, 2023?
Yes, there are so many factors that will that would be affecting the textile exports of Pakistan. Mainly the flood crisis, the some of the economic crisis, and a little bit the political instability, and the world is also witnessing the higher demand for the textile, mainly the cotton. So Pakistan will definitely import the cotton, and at the by slashing its margins, they have to cater. They will cater definitely the international demands, because they have already taken so much. You can say import orders from our textile industry. So definitely they will try their best to cater their needs, and they will be trying to import the more and more cotton in the coming days.
Okay, excellent. Before we wrap up, is there anything that you want to say that we haven't already talked about during this interview? I want to make sure that the information gets out there to the global cotton industry. So if there's something we should discuss that I haven't asked about, this is the time.
I think I have already discussed, deliberated all most of the things. I will request Dr. Khalid Abdullah, because he joined us a little bit late. So if he wants to tell something.
Yeah, adding from this, your previous question about textile, I was with textile people yesterday attending an international conference on textiles. I met so many people, and they were very optimistic about the growth they want to maintain, and the production, despite the using imported cotton and all these things, all the issues they are facing now, especially in power and gas issues. Coming to your the other question, I feel this government is very much committed. The Prime Minister had a meeting during last 2 weeks, 3 times, and they were very much committed. Especially they took some very big decisions, like setting up some endowment fund for cotton R&D, facilitating multi-gene GMO cotton in Pakistan, and things like that. So we are very much optimistic and see bright future of cotton in coming days.
Well, that is a optimism and a bright future for coming days is a wonderful way to end this interview. We are keeping all the people of Pakistan in our thoughts and prayers, and hope this disastrous situation ends as soon as possible, and we can get to some of that optimism and bright future that you were referring to. So thank you both very much for your time. We look forward to speaking with you again in the future here to get another.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.